There's something magical about when you're on television, that when people see you on television and they see you doing real things. Because a lot of times these guys, you'll see them, I'm in the studio recording my album, and that shit never come out, right? They'll be seeing, right. My new single's coming out. It don't ever come out.
Reality TV?
For me to do a reality show is way cheaper than for me to do a movie, right? That's number one. So if I can produce 5 reality shows for my network, definitely doing that, because those 5 reality shows is probably one movie. So if I can stick a whole bunch of black men and black women together and put them in a toxic environment, people watch. Now, as a business person, great sense for me. As somebody who has morals, it hurts my heart every night. I'm going to create a movie like this one, and I'm going to put what looks like some helpless women, but make them the heroes. Right? Because that's what women want to see. They want to see the guys as the bad guys, and they're always going to view themselves as the good people. Right? And then I always get this hypocrite scenario, right? Attention is the new currency. It's not how good you are anymore. It's how good you can market yourself.
So when did the shift started?
Social media.
Back at it again, Talks with AJ podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and this is my co-host.
Poised with style and grace, 22.
Live from the city of Miami.
Let the conversation begin. Real talk, no script.
Turn the volume up.
We're about to set the city on fire.
Come tell your story to a boss. Look into the mic, allow us to get lost. If the truth has a voice, you know we got the reach. Every episode is pressure, and each moment unique. Cause we're poised with style and grace is multiplied. Touching hearts and souls of wounded minds. You won't have to mince your words and hide. Let the masses see how bright you shine. Growth and positivity, we provide the canvas and you come with the imagery. We can make magic if you give us the liberty to put you on display and maximize visibility. Yeah. You are watching Talks with AJ. Oh, you are watching Talks with AJ. Oh, you are watching Talks with AJ. Oh, you Talks with AJ.
Welcome back to another episode. Our guest today is a force behind both the music and film industry. He has built a reputation from discovering talent and also managing some of the biggest names in hip hop. Also, this is the man behind Love and Hip Hop Miami, Mr. Make You Famous, Jullian Boothe. Welcome, Jullian, to the platform. Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to have you and you gracing our platform. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. Definitely.
It's a pleasure to have you, my brother.
No, my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to get straight into it.
Let's go.
Let's just give a little background about Jullian. You know, he's on our platform. Some of you may not have heard of him, those that have. But a little background of Jullian. You are from Kingston, Jamaica. You migrated here to the U.S. at the age of 10 years old, correct?
You did your homework,
right?
Yes. Good.
And you came straight to Miami, right? Your family...
305.
305.
Because with Caribbean people, it's either New York or Miami.
Yeah.
You made it to Miami.
Happy they chose Miami.
Okay, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about like you growing up here in Miami. What was it like for you migrating as a Caribbean young man and having to adjust and adapt to this new culture, this new world?
The time that it was my mom's idea to move us up here, Jamaica was a little like the Wild West, back when I was growing up as a kid. And, my dad, incredible man, but he was a slight gangster himself. So my mom just kind of felt like, you know what, let's move the kids up to America. It's a lot safer. We came up, and it was different. It was different from Jamaica because Jamaica just certain things with Caribbean people, you know, we grow up a certain type of way. And America, even though Miami, I love it, you know, it's like a culture shock, you know, which sometimes I still deal with. But I love both because I go back a lot. I still have friends and family there. So
In Jamaica?
in Jamaica, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned move the kids. So you do have siblings? 'Cause
Yes.
I've never heard you mention like having siblings, at least I don't think.
Yes, I have a few. But
Okay.
with my mother and my father, I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Got it. Okay.
And then from my dad, you know, he's, you know, God bless him, but you know, then I have a lot more step brothers and step sisters sprinkled all over the place.
You had also too mentioned about your dad. He's a bad man. Did he also came here because your mom moved you guys here? Did he come to the United States?
No, my dad, he really loved Jamaica. And I understand why later on in life. You know, Jamaica, you can get away with a lot more things, you know, if you're successful in life. It's the only place where I knew where he was like, hey, you want your driver's license? He took a picture, gave it to somebody, gave him some money, and they went down and brought it back for me. I'm like, you could never do that in the States. Like, so down there, man, it's just a lot easier. You know, you got like 5 maids taking care of them. So it's just a different lifestyle down there.
Right. And your dad passed away in Jamaica?
Yeah,
right?
he
came to the
unfortunately, I brought him up here. He had colon cancer, unfortunately. And, you know, and this goes out to all my males. Take care of yourselves. Because had he just gone and got the check, he probably would have caught it early. You know, when I was talking to the doctor in Jamaica, you know, he was more worried about checking girls for AIDS more so than he was worried about himself. And had he just caught it early, you know, he'd probably still be here. But he was like, I don't mind, I'll stick them finger up my butt. So I was like, you know, sometimes being a gangster, sometimes you just got to go get checked. So all my fellas, man, go get checked because, you know, health is wealth.
And you did mention about your dad owning a major furniture company in Jamaica.
My dad, he had Globe Furniture. That's literally where I grew up as a kid. And I feel that's where I got a lot of my entrepreneurial, seeing my mother and my father have their own business. And, you know, I think that sticks to you as a kid when you watch your parents do it.
Right. And when your mom migrated here, because your mom had a daycare, did she?
Wow. Listen, you did your homework.
I did my homework.
You did your homework. Yes, my
Did
mom.
she carry that business on here too?
Yeah,
the
my
daycare?
mom. Well, she started it actually here.
Okay.
She literally turned the family room into a daycare, Pamela's daycare, and you know, my mom was a different type of lady. When I tell you she was an angel, she was an angel. You know, I have friends still hit me up today like, yo, your mom really took care of me when I was growing up, and you know, so it kind of warms my heart that she took care of so many people. She took care of my dad's kids that he had outside the marriage. Like that's how dope of a woman she was, and like raised them like they were her own. So yeah, you know, God, you know.
Speaking of her in past tense, is she gone? She's
Unfortunately,
no longer here?
cancer again, man. That's
wow.
why, you know, cancer is that's a motherfucker. So yeah, unfortunately, she passed as well. But yeah, she was just an angel, man.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, fun fact about you discovered Pitbull. I know you said it so many times about Pitbull. You
Yes,
discovered
man.
Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. And let me tell you, it was such a incredible story from beginning to end with him that still I'm amazed. And he's amazed. You know, he always believed in himself, but it's when someone else believes in you that you're kind of your mindset. And from the second I met him, the second he went into that booth and he recorded and he came out, and I was like, yo, because he was just going back and forth English, Spanish, and he made it just sound so cool. I've never in my life heard it sound that cool. And I was like, y'all didn't even know what you said, but it was just so dope. And you have to remember back then, it's 25 years ago. Back then, there really wasn't any big Spanish artists like how there is now, right? Because now you got the Bad Bunny, the Daddy Yankee, the Don Omars, and all these guys. Back then, it was like Mellow Man Ace, right? Like that was the only song I liked. So he was like a breath of fresh air when he came. And it was just, man, his spirit. He was just, you just kind of know when you meet somebody, like your energy is just right, you know? So, and to this day, man, we're super close. You know, he's like one of my best friends. He's really great. Him, and I always give credit to Angie Martinez, who was his attorney at the time. Incredible woman. still very, very close. Like that little circle of us, you know, even though we don't deal with each other day to day, is like super tight. Like it's a bond that cannot be broken.
And here's another thing. Some people may not know this, but recently Pitbull set a Guinness World Record, I should say, for the most, well, he and his fans, I should also add the fans, 22,141 fans showed up with bald heads in London. Yeah, because he was headlining at the Hyde Park in London on July 10th, 2026. Okay, fun fact.
And you know the crazy part is, I think it was Jadakiss on the podcast when somebody was asking him like he shaved his head even though he had hair. Pitt was the same way. He had hair. He just shaved it off for some reason because that was just happened to be the look for him. So it was really funny that, you know, they copied it and they did it. But that's amazing. That's such an amazing accomplishment.
Because I remember Pitbull used to have the braids.
He had the braids when he first started.
Yes.
Then he shaved it off.
Right.
And then he was just bald ever since.
Which is a better look for him.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a better look.
Mr. Worldwide 305. Dale. That's his line.
Dale.
Dale, exactly.
Dale.
Yes.
And another fun fact, too, the one artist that flaked on you, the Asian artist, Jin, we went to the same high school with him, North Miami Beach.
Get out of here.
Yes.
I know Jim personally.
North Miami Beach and middle school, JFK.
John F. Kennedy
Middle
hilarious.
School.
I used to eat at his parents' restaurant.
So I thought I should.
Right.
It was the parents' restaurant. Why he didn't come?
Yes.
Which was crazy.
Yes. It was
But you
right
know, you see how life is crazy?
Yes. Yeah.
How one second that you didn't do something and open the door for Pitt. Because we don't know what would have happened had he just come over to that studio session, because I probably would have signed him.
Right.
Now, shout out to Jen, though. He ended up signing with Rough Riders for a hot minute, I think. So.
And he did make it on 106 and Park
also,
as well.
too, you can't forget about that group in Miami, First Platoon. That was around that same era, right? With
Wow,
Jim?
you guys are great.
First Platoon.
This is probably one of the best interviews I think I've ever done.
Oh,
Like, yeah, First
okay.
Platoon. That's a throwback.
That's a throwback.
Super throwback. Yeah.
Yep. I remember that because that was around the same era,
Yeah.
the same time.
100%. Yeah.
And I also want to add another fun, well, not a fun fact, but Luther Campbell was your mentor.
Yes.
Fun fact. Okay, I know people say Trick and Trina are the queen and king of Miami, but let's not forget about Luther Campbell.
Well-
Okay, he's the Mr. Florida, because he not only put Miami, Florida on the map, but he did fight in the Supreme Court and won in 1994.
He's the
All right?
godfather.
Fun fact. Okay?
I think I want to say Pitt said it best.
Okay.
Uncle Luke is the king. Trick is the mayor.
Okay.
Trina is the queen. Hands down when it comes to Miami. There will be none bigger than Luke. I don't care how big you get. And I think every rapper can always account to that. Without Luke, there would be none of us. There wouldn't be a me, there wouldn't be a Pitt, there wouldn't be a Trick, there wouldn't be a Trina. There really wouldn't be a slip and slide.
Agree.
There wouldn't be a lot of people who are very successful now without an Uncle Luke. So shout out to Uncle Luke. He is, again, he was one of those people that if you ever catch me and Little John in the same room together, you'll hear Little John scream my name, because people always look around like, why is he screaming? Little John used to be in the studio with us, and Luke used to like scream my name all the time. He'd be like, Jullian. So anytime he sees me, he'll scream it out like how he remembers Luke screaming it out. There wouldn't be a lot of us. You know, Mr. Collie Park, like all these guys, not to say that we changed their lives, but it was a big group of people that Luke very much influenced.
Okay. So now we're going to flip
And
the
shout,
script.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
shout
go
out to
ahead.
Nikki Cansey. Nikki as well. You know, when you see great people, there's always somebody as great behind them. Nikki Cansey was one of those people who I was really under her. As she was the GM, she did like everything for Luke, and I was kind of like under her. She taught me a lot, so I would give her a shout out.
That's what's up.
Okay. So we're going to get into love and hip hop. We
Let's
got to
go.
get into love and hip hop. All right. So, of course, the idea was behind Trina, is the reason why the love and hip hop.
Yep,
Okay. 10 year run, a good 10-year run.
good. Yeah,
About 10 years?
About a shy. I think it was like 9. Call it, but yeah, call it a decade.
Okay. So what finally brought it to an end after 10 years?
So
Budget?
we went from VH1 to BET. VH1 and BET got bought out by Paramount. A lot of times when these big conglomerates buy smaller units, they evaluate the shows. So they're looking at the numbers. For them, you know, and again, I'm just guessing. You know, I don't work for Paramount. I don't, but just for me being around, me talking to some of the executives, for them, it doesn't make sense to continue it number-wise for them. When it was just BET by itself, it made great sense, right? Because it's an established show. It has a built-in audience. So for them, it was a great stable to have. In Miami and Atlanta was doing the best numbers. That's why there wasn't a New York anymore, and a LA, they canceled those. So, you know, a lot of times, unfortunately, when those guys end up selling, you know, the smaller people kind of get booted to the side. But one door closed, another door opens. And I'm going to give you the exclusive right now, but there's a new show, actually, that is in the works that a few of us have already gotten picked up on, called Life After Hip Hop, which will be coming very soon. And I haven't even mentioned it yet to anybody, but they're filming now. So that's something that's going to be coming, where a lot of the same cast members, Safari, Shay Johnson, a lot of them that were on the show were there, but now they're tapping into the newer, younger generation. And so instead of rappers, now they're tapping more into streamers and influencers.
Right. Okay. Is that a Mona Scott project as well?
It is not a Mona Scott project, but it's some great new guys that, you know, see that there's an audience there, and they just want to tap in and give everybody the same opportunity that Love and Hip Hop has given us over the years.
Got it. Let me say this, Jullian. We could either agree or disagree, but hands down, Love and Hip Hop New York and Atlanta had it on a gridlock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know,
hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Love and Hip Hop New York had the Creep Squad with Rich Dollar, Cisco, and Peter Guns.
Yeah.
The Peter Guns.
You can't forget about that group.
You can't forget about. You had Chrissy, Jim Jones, Jules, Kimbella. You know, all those, Remy. I can't forget about Remy. Raw, all those people. Right. And the honorable mention, Cardi B. Because there was a line that Cardi B said, "A bitch have a problem with me, you gonna have a problem with me forever." Okay? Like, there's some moments in Love and Hip Hop you'll never forget. And then especially like with Peter Guns and Amina Butterfly and all his, you know, entanglement he had going on. And then Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you had Stevie J, you had Mimi, you had all those people. And I can't not forget Jocelyn, because Jocelyn, you know, Stevie, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, hands down.
Listen, New York was the originator.
Of course.
So we can never sleep on them.
Right.
And Atlanta brought us again, a Stevie and a Jocelyn, who were, to me, the king and queen of
the show.
Of not even the show, just reality TV,
exactly.
period. Right. They set the tone of it, you know? So, you know, shout out to all of them because they are all super dope. But, you know, I'm a 305 guy, so as soon as me and Mona talked about it, I was like, hell yeah. Like, you know, we gotta have some Miami flavor up in here. And, you know, we do it for us, you know, because everyone grew up with us, so they get to see a different light outside of the music.
Right. So. What I didn't like about Love and Hip Hop Miami, I will be honest, I didn't like the hierarchy. Like, Trina, I love you, okay? I loved you since you came with your perfume, Diamond. If you're a true Trina fan, you'll know she had a perfume called Diamond Princess, okay? So you'll know, okay? 2005. But anywho, I just didn't like the hierarchy of it all. Like, I know the show was surrounded around her was because of her, but with that one line, "You're beneath me," like to everybody, that made her become so insufferable. Like, it became kind of hard to, like, and I get it, those people may not have been known to, like, everybody, but come on now. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you have bigger names in the hip-hop artists that came before you and a little after you, like the Missy, the Lauryn Hills, the Little Kims.
Here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say.
I'm just saying. And they won Grammys.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Listen, I'm just saying, I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
I got it. Sometimes I would get a lot of flack because, and you guys have seen the show or you've seen clips of it. Trina and I have gone back and forth a lot, right? But if you really notice, Trina and I have really never argued. If you really watch, right? We may have had a slight disagreement or a slight misunderstanding, which that's what the show does. Reality TV will come in between, like let's say something happened. I was late to your show. They would come in before I had a chance to have a conversation with you about it. So they'll go into your ear and say, oh, he's late to your show. He disrespected your show, right? And they'll hype you up, right? And then they'll come to me and say the same thing. Oh, well, you were stuck in traffic and da-da-da-da. Your engineer was late. Da-da. So by the time we sit down now, the animosity's already kind of built up, right? But here's what I will say, right? And some people are, friends of mine. They're like, oh, you're always sticking up for Trina after all she did to you and this and that. And I'm like, listen, a lot of things happen between Trina and I. But the one thing I will say, Trina knows deep down in her heart, I would do anything for her. We have rode a 25-year train and we have done so many incredible things that a lot of people probably have forgotten. But if I started really pulling it up, all the hit records, all of the albums, like, yo, she did freaking a Ram Zombie remix and we performed it. I think it was on Jay Leno or one of the night shows. Like, we've done so many cool things, right? Toured around the world that I'm never, ever in my life ever going to have a problem with her. And I know deep down she really doesn't have a problem with me. It's just certain circumstances in her life right now have just led us to, if you saw the end of the show, where it just kind of left it in a very gray area, right? But Trina deep down is the sweetest person you'll ever meet. So when you see her on TV and she's saying those type of things, that's TV. It's not the real her. It's not to say that she don't think she the baddest, right? Because we all agree, oh yeah, you're the baddest, right? But in real life, if she's really sitting down with somebody, she's never gonna make you feel like you're beneath her. She's actually going to do the opposite. She's one of the, fun fact, and I would say this in front of her because we've worked together all our lives. Trina sometimes is notoriously late, right? She has to look good, she has to smell good, she has to come in. I used to have to sit, right? Let's say it was your podcast, and she's running 3 hours behind. You guys are furious. Y'all looking at me like, yo, where's your girl at? And I got to sit here and be like, man, I don't know, I'm calling her. And y'all would be mad. But the second she pulls up, she gonna make y'all feel so good that y'all forgot she was late. And I'm looking at y'all like, y'all was just cussing me out. And y'all will forget because she gonna win you over with her personality. So a lot of times, don't hold it, with anybody on reality TV. You can't hold it too hard of what they say. And I know people get very involved with the show and what is being said, but it's not that deep. It's entertainment.
Right. Well, because we the viewers, we listen and we judge.
Yes.
That is just what it is, right?
Facts.
Whether reality, not reality, because I don't know if you into film, but that new Netflix Polygamy, The Polygamist or whatever, you ever watch?
I haven't seen it, but I know.
Oh man, Jonas C. Listen, he can't say he's not that guy off camera. Okay, so I'm gonna just say.
Now I'm gonna go watch it.
He can't listen. He played that role so well. He cannot say that he's not that guy in real life. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So Julian, let me ask you this question though, Julian. How did you go from being like the Slim of Cash Money behind the scenes to being Birdman in front of the cameras? How did that happen, man?
A really good friend of ours, Michelle Spence, Slip and Slide Records, if you guys know Ted Lucas. We were in the office one day and she told us, to both of us, you guys got to stop being behind the camera and you need to be in front. Things are changing. And the world that we live in now, there is no more behind the camera. You have to be in front of the camera because you guys are the brand. Because we always invested into our talent and we didn't want to take the shine from them. But people like Diddy, Jermaine Dupri, all these guys, Dame Dash, they were ahead of the curve. They knew that you have to be seen if you want to sell anything. So once I accepted that, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me get in front of the camera. And once you start to do it, you understand that, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I am the fucking brand. I am the fucking star. Not in a cocky way, But if I have to go promote something, I'd rather it be me, because I'm not going to be late. I'm not going to let myself down. And with a lot of artists I was working with, always a problem. Yo, we got to go do this. Oh, Jew, we got to go do this. Right? All the headaches. Oh, nah, I got to drop my kids off. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I just look at it now like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to be the brand. I'm going to be the face. I'm going to put myself in the position where I can come and sit down with you guys and have a great conversation, be entertaining, jump around and do whatever I need to do to push my product and become the brand. And I tell everybody to do the exact same thing. And it's okay to invest your time into somebody else. That's perfectly fine. But always remember that you're a brand, no matter what it is you do. You're a camera operator, have another camera filming you being a camera operator, right? Okay. So you gotta be a brand now because that's your resume. So I give that tip to everybody.
Visibility. It's very
Visibility,
important.
man. People have to see you now. Mm-hmm. They have to know you. They have to get to like you. And the thing is, a lot of people give up because it takes so long.
Right.
Takes clip after clip, and then you post one clip and it gets 5 views. But then one day you post a clip and you get 10,000 views. Mm-hmm. But then they'll get discouraged when they post 5 more clips and they go get 5 more views, and they're like, "Oh, nobody watching." No, bro, they watching.
Right.
Your biggest fans is the haters.
Yes.
Trust me, they watching. They just not double clicking.
Yes. Yes.
Because how are you following me?
Yes.
And you ain't, all I need is you to double tap. Give me an algorithm.
Yes.
And they still won't do it.
That's right.
You know, and I do it for them.
Mm-hmm. You'll be, listen, they clapping from you behind the scenes.
Yo, yes. I do it for them.
Yes.
They keep me motivated.
That's right. That's
right. I love them because and that goes just as a tip for everybody, man. You trying to do this, man. That is your motivation. It's the haters.
That's right.
Don't let them be right. Go after them, man.
That's right.
Facts. All right, so what's the biggest misconception people have about Jullian Boothe after watching Love and Hip Hop Miami?
Man, probably so many things. You know, unfortunately, the show started that I robbed Trina. That's always the big thing. Oh, yeah, you stole Trina's money. It's like, come on, dude. That's probably the biggest one, right? But I was so happy that this last season came about the way that it did because I'm reading the comments myself. And they were like, if this guy really did what everyone accused him of doing, then there's no way Trina would sit right back down with him and have a conversation, right? And again, it was a lot of just misunderstanding. Had Trina, it's the same example I gave you earlier. Had Trina and I just sat down when that whole situation happened and I explained it to her, because I had the paperwork. I could get anybody on the phone. It was, we never spoke. So when you don't talk and you don't communicate, then everything can explode. And then there were so many things at that time that was happening because God, unfortunately her mom was sick, and her mom was super tight, right? We were all very tight. Her whole clique and her family, we all grew up together, right? So it was just very bad timing, unfortunately, where it was a lot of mental stress on her. We had a super dope album, right? And realistically, really what it was is that we just ran out of money, and I was there trying to hustle, try to get it, right? And that's where you find out where your true friends are at. Because I had to humble myself and ask everybody, yo, I need some money for this project. I need some money for this project. No. So I was just left by myself to do it. And when it fell short, it was just, well, you got to be the bad guy. Plus, we heard this old news, 3 years ago news, though. You see, that's what they didn't tell you. That was 3 years ago that deal happened. So we're talking about 3 years later. I done bought a film studio. I done did 1,000 different things where that money been gone and it wasn't for your project. So that's probably the biggest misconception. But I felt that the last season, thankfully, cleared a lot of it up, because, again, they were looking and they were like, there's just no way that would have happened. And you're sitting here having this conversation and things are rolling out the way that it's rolling out. Yeah. And that happened.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead, no. And there was a scene where I proved that it was wrong. It was just, again, people love the beautiful lie.
Yes.
They hate the ugly truth.
That's right.
Because we had a scene and I showed her the paperwork, like, there's nothing to do with you. But anyways, that's old news. But yeah.
Okay. So was there a moment on the show where you felt the cameras didn't tell the whole story?
Hell yeah. Okay. All the damn time.
Right.
Because again, we could have a whole scene, right? And they only use like 10% of it. So we could have a whole conversation and they'll just use little bites. And again, it's moving so fast. So again, even during that season, I pulled the paperwork and I was like, no, look. And because it happened so fast, I didn't see the comments saying, oh, he was right. It was just better to point and say, well, Jullian's the bad guy. We'll put the blame on him. And I just ate it. You saw me. I never posted.
Yeah.
I never came at her. I never said, oh, these guys are, I was quiet. I worked hard and I built up everything on the film side. That's kind of what pushed me to do the film, because I kept doing artists and it just kept ending in a bad way. And I was like, you know what? I can just start shooting movies. And that's kind of what led me into it.
Right. So has reality TV opened more doors for you or closed more doors? Well,
No.
They're open more doors.
It definitely opens. Yeah. If I'm rating the experience, there are a lot of toxic moments, but I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Right.
There's something magical about when you're on television, that when people see you on television and they see you doing real things, because a lot of times these guys, you'll see them, I'm in the studio recording my album, and that shit never come out, right? They'll be right. My new single's coming out. It don't ever come out. Why the show loved me so much was because everything I was doing was for real. So when I was dropping a project, it was really coming out.
Right.
When I'm doing a movie, it's really coming out. So when it comes to being authentic, I was one of their key guys, because everybody else was just a whole bunch of talk.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Jullian. Why does it seem like reality TV is dominating Black entertainment? Like, you're seeing more reality TV versus Black films, like your Baby Boys, Love Jones, Love and Basketball. Like, it seems like Black entertainment is getting away from that, and it's more reality TV dominant. Like, why is that?
You opened up Pandora's box, but we're going to jump into it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
First part of that answer is that it's cheaper.
Reality TV?
For me to do a reality show is way cheaper than for me to do a movie, right? That's number one. So if I can produce 5 reality shows for my network, definitely doing that, because those 5 reality shows is probably one movie, right? The cost of the cast members are way less than getting somebody to go and do a movie. The second part, which is the very ugly part of this answer, is that where we are now as people, we love drama. We don't want to see Love Jones, even though we want to see Love Jones. And I, unfortunately, and I'm a big boy, and I'll bite the bullet, but I am one of those people who are creating the unfortunate content
You with the shit.
that women love. So I'm the guy who, when you're in the club and you hear, fuck these niggas, that's me making that song. Because I know there's more unhappy, single, bitter women that have all experienced that F-boy. And when they're in the club and in their drink, they're going to chant that faster than they're going to chant, I love my man, he takes good care of me, because ain't no girl, even if a girl has that, she don't want to chant that. That ain't cool. But the second you say F that, hell yeah. Spend that. Hell yeah. We love negativity. So if I can stick a whole bunch of Black men and Black women together and put them in a toxic environment, people watch. Now, as a business person, great sense for me. As somebody who has morals, it hurts my heart every night. So I'm fighting the demons, but my silk sheets is like, we love it.
Yes.
My car notes paid. My house is big. I can sit in my indoor and outdoor pool, and I'm like, oh man, I hate making this content, but it is business, you know. And even in my movies, even in all movies, not just mine. Think about it. Think about back in the day, we had leading men right? We had Arnold Schwarzenegger. We had Bruce Willis, right? We had all of our tough guys, and we used to love that. Now, really, who do we have? Maybe The Rock, Jason Statham. But what do we have? A slew of hero women.
Yeah.
You have a woman knocking out 20 grown men. Come
Woman
on,
King,
man.
Woman King, you talking about that movie with Viola Davis?
All of them.
Oh yes,
Women-
you're right.
The
sis.
Woman King.
Yes, yes.
Lucy. You got
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
you got Angelina Jolie. You know, shout out Angelina. Angelina is not knocking me and you out, bro. She's not. We're gonna go like this. Get out. But that's what women want to see. They want to see themselves as the hero. And they want to see the guy being helped by the woman. And that's what you see on movies now. So if I'm a movie maker, and I'm like, yo, women, which they are, my fan base, I can't go and make something that they're not going to watch because it's not good business.
Right.
So I'm going to create a movie like this one, and I'm going to put what looks like some helpless women, but make them the heroes. Right? Because that's what women want to see. They want to see the guys as the bad guys, and they're always going to view themselves as the good people.
Right.
Right? And then I always get this hypocrite scenario, right? Because I'm very old school. I believe a woman has a place. I believe a man has a place. And I think together, equally, you can have a beautiful home. But because we live in a world now where women have to be more masculine, right? They have to do more things where they are more educated. They can take care of themselves. That there is a lack of a space for a man. I don't per se, I agree with that. But then I'm the same guy saying that, hey, you can do anything. So I had this one conversation with somebody, like, you don't even believe in that. Why are you promoting that? But I'm the same guy saying, well, you can do it, right? Because I'll sit with a woman and be like, yo, your standards are too high. You're not getting the 6'5", handsome guy, right? Drives the Ferrari, has a big house, and he only wants you?
Right.
It's you by yourself. You don't want him to cheat? Never happening. It's never happening. And I have these conversations with my homegirls, and they're like, no, I can get it. And I'm like, you're never gonna get that. But who am I to tell you that?
Right.
Because I'm the same guy telling you, hey, you can do anything. So I'm gonna tell you, hey, go do everything. But I'm also gonna make the content that I know you're going to enjoy.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned your film, The Night Shift. Tell us a little bit more about it. It's about strippers?
The Night Shift. It is.
Clear that up.
It is about strippers. The Night Shift follows 4 dancers who get caught at a club. You guys are from Miami. You know, sometimes we'd have like hurricane parties. You know, we know storms coming, everybody bundled up together. So the strip club does that as well. So if there's a storm, what better place to be that you can get some wings and a lap dance? So I took that concept and trapped 4 girls in the King of Diamonds. But unfortunately, some bad guys are coming looking for some hidden money, and all hell break loose while they're in there, and they have to defend themselves against these bad guys.
Okay. And you also have the film Ballin' that you...
Yes.
Yeah, that was right.
I wrote and directed this one. I produced on Ballin'. A great friend of ours, one of my business partners ever, he directed it, and my partner, Rich Black, he wrote it. And shout out to Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti's one of our partners as well. He produces on all of our films. And big shout out to Safari. Safari was in Ballin', and he makes a super dope cameo in The Night Shift as well.
Okay. Now, speaking of film, what got you into that industry? What moved you away from music? Well, you
music
still
game.
kind of tapped into music,
Right.
Not so much more.
Well,
Okay.
I got a funny story about that.
Okay.
What got me into film was I got really sick and tired of these artists. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just, I would spend years working with these artists, and every single time it just ended bad. And the thing is, if we're together as a partner, and I give you, right, a G-Wagon,
Right.
and then something happens, I could take that G-Wagon back, but I can't take your fame away, right? Because I made you famous, right? Regardless of what these artists want to say, you were nobody until I got involved, and now either you're a somebody or you're way better off when I left you or you left me than when I met you. So I did something, right? But it just kept happening over and over again for like 20 years. So, and again, sometimes when bad things happen, people always have to remember it's not bad. It's just a door closing and another one's opening up somewhere.
I agree.
So when everything kind of went bad with the last artist I was working with, Rich, shout out to Rich Black, him and I sat down and we were like, yo, let's do some films. I got this film. Let's see if we can do something. And then my dumb ass went and got literally, we rented this film studio. Massive. 3 sound stages.
Wow, that's huge.
Oh, it was crazy. Right there in North Miami. So we're sitting in there. I'm all geeked up. I'm like, yeah, we got no films. We don't have no damn film. We don't spend all the money on the damn studio. So we're just walking around the studio like, all right, what do we do now? So anyways, you always learn from your mistakes. Then COVID hit, shut everything down. So now we're paying like $50,000 a month, just sitting there. We're like, we got to go. So thankfully someone came and bought us out. And then we restructured our mind and said, let's do the films first and then we'll get the studio. So we started with Ballin'. That was a great success for us. And then he told me like, yo, there's too many partners and not Chris Gotti, but we had too many other people in the film. We need to do one ourselves. So I was like, you know what? Cool. So that's when I started this one, wrote it, directed it. We just, again, this is like friends and family. Right. I use a lot of people from the reality show because they wanted to get into movies. This is really just like a love project. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the guys who've rocked with me for years. Shout out my guy Jover. He's my director of photography. And he's the only guy I'll ever shoot films with. Right? Because his eye is just amazing. So he shoots exactly what I want. Again, Eva, and everybody who performed in the film was tied into me some way, somehow, just over the years, just really great friends. And that's my plan. I want a Tyler Perry of Miami.
Right.
I want to be able just to crank out movies and just hire my friends, Adam Sandler, come, just be in the movies, guys. We can do this all day, every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just starting with this one.
So tell the audience, when does the night shift drop and on what network?
That is a great question. The Night Shift premiere is going to happen at the Urban Film Festival Labor Day weekend. So if you were around, definitely stop by to come watch it. I don't know when it's dropping yet.
Okay.
I am in the final phases of editing. And I mean final, like I kept reshooting because Safari was available. So I'm like, I got to get Safari.
Got it.
So I kept adding on stuff that pushed it back. I'm shooting for November. I'm going to talk to my distributor and we're going to figure it out. But trust me, the second I know, I'm going to let the world know.
Gotcha. But let me ask you this question, though, Jullian. With Miami being a magic city, beautiful city, right? It seems like Miami is a city that just get exploited by outsiders. I see outsiders come to the city, they exploit it, but the local talent that's here are always like left in the, just always left unforgotten, right? So why does Miami doesn't have a big distribution film company here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why don't we have that here? For this a beautiful, amazing city, but there's no big company here.
Yeah, because you mentioned Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry, because you mentioned
Atlanta.
Tyler Perry. And I feel like here in Miami, we don't have those resources where I could just walk here in this building. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go holler at this person, boom, 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 and see if I could get on. Why we don't have that here?
Give me about a year. That's exactly what I want to be. I want to be a place where you can literally walk to the door and someone at least listen to you and give you an opportunity. Because Luke gave me an opportunity, it changed my life. Slip and Slide gave me an opportunity, it changed my life. All the artists who work with me gave me an opportunity and I changed their life, but I also say they helped change my life. So exactly what you're describing, if it's not here, it is exactly what I am planning on building. When I tell you I have the property laid out already, I got the plans, everything you said is exactly what I am doing. But it just takes one film at a time because I'm doing it by myself. I don't have no investors coming in. I don't wait for nobody.
Right.
If I have to sit down and save money for 6 months, then I'm going to do that. Because then it gives me the freedom to just make my own choices. I own my own IP, and I want to be able to help young creators do exactly the same, but a lot faster if I can open the door for you. And I want you to come in and kick it down.
Yeah.
But it again, it starts one film at a time.
Right. And it also seems like in Miami, people would really come out to support you when you on. When you taking off and you popping, then everyone wants to come out the woodwork. Oh, that's my cousin. That's my brother. This is my homeboy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's when the support want to show up. You know, that's what I see about this city, man. You know, it's
You know what I've learned
I
about?
love the city.
You know what I've learned about that though? That's the way it has to be. Because why am I gonna come out? Not to say not to support you, but you have to do the work.
True.
You got to do the work because everybody does something and everybody wants exactly that without putting the work in. So when you're on top and you see other people on top, you know what they had to do to be successful, right? There's so many people at the bottom and they want the same thing,
Right.
but you have to be somebody because not anybody can just walk up and be on your show who ain't done nothing. Because what am I interviewing you about?
Yeah.
Right? Everything you looked up and found out, that's 25 years of work for me to have the opportunity to sit down with you guys.
Yeah.
If it was just me on my first day, like, hey man, I'm Jullian, I just started at Luke Records, you'd be like, okay, who cares? So in essence, yeah, you do have to put in the work, you do have to struggle, you do have to throw events that nobody comes to. You have to feel the pain because a lot of people now, especially in this day and age, they want everything hot and fast.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to put people in different groups. So when they do come out, you know you're only here because I'm hot. But I remember that you guys gave me an opportunity when I was the small guy. So I'm going to put you guys in a different category. Everybody else, I get it. You want to come when it's hot. But I understand that when it slows down, you may not be here. So the favor you might want from me, I may not give it to you. And I don't care if you feel away or not, I'm hot. Right? But the ones who did give me the opportunity, I'm always going to make sure that you're good. If I'm good, you're good.
Right.
That's how I look at even in Miami, where, again, when something happens here and it's hot and you come out, I know I'm not going to go ask you for something because I'm only coming because I know you're hot.
Right.
But and you'll meet so many people that will mention my name saying, yeah, Jullian was the first guy who let me come into the studio. Jullian was the first guy who gave me the opportunity to do this. Just like how you mentioned a Pitbull or anybody like that. I gave these guys opportunity because I know how hard it is to get an opportunity when you're a nobody.
Okay. So with you saying that, I would like to build on what you just said, right? I'm gonna go back to your artist. You know, she's been in the algorithm with, pitching her husband where he has to perform 2 songs if she, if people book her. So, no, we're going to lift that hat up. I'm sorry, I should be touchy. We're going to lift that hat up. Trina, you done built your career. You know, you bad to be going out this side, sis. I love you, okay? Again, I love you. I'm a fan. But you've been in the game for way too long. I feel this, this is my humble thought, but I feel he shouldn't be forced upon the masses, that he should build his own. If he's that hot, people gonna gravitate, and I'll just leave it at that. Go ahead, Jullian. Thoughts? Any thoughts?
Here's the crazy part about
Go ahead.
this.
Okay.
What a double standard it is to be a man. Because if it was the other way around, nobody would be complaining. If it was Trick Daddy who stuck his girlfriend in the middle of the show and he's telling all the ladies, hey, support my girl, Here's her new song. All the women would be cheering. But when a woman does it, it seems demeaning that she's repping the man who she loves, the man who she married, and she's putting him in the best scenario possible now.
But he was though on Love and Hip Hop.
He got, well, listen.
That's exposure.
I met him, right, very briefly, running into Trina, especially when me and Trina reconciled everything and we were cool. We ran into each other a few times, but I really didn't know him. It wasn't until the show that him and I had even a longer conversation. I don't know if he understands how the show works. There was a lot of, the energy you see on the show was taken off camera. That was the part that kind of confused me. But what I won't do is, and I get why women are coming at him or coming at Trina about it, but a woman should kind of understand, like, yo, support your man.
I'm all for it.
Now,
I'm all for it.
Now, maybe not in the middle of the set. I will agree with that. Maybe, hey, open up the show. If I'm part of the management group, I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? The middle of the show is kind of hot. Come in. Yo, Trina broke so many artists for us. Rick Ross used to open up. Plows used to open up. My man Quote used to open up for her all the time. So when we used to open up, right, we would go, and the first thing we said is, y'all ready for Trina?
Right.
Yeah, we're ready. Cool. Hey, my name is Jullian. I need 30 seconds of your time. Go do my song. Hey, turn up.
Right.
Y'all still ready for Trina? Yeah. Awesome. Here she comes. So I came in, I did what I had to do, and I'm out. So maybe the middle of the show might not be the best scenario, but I'm not mad at her for helping her man.
I'm not. Trina, I'm not mad with you. I'm just.
I mean, the world's coming at her like crazy. Like it's
Listen,
the funniest thing to
Support
me.
your man.
I
Support
know.
your
Yeah,
man.
support your man.
There's a but, dot, comma.
Yeah. I like that.
Here's the thing I've learned, though. Here's the thing I've learned from Ray J.
Okay.
I think Ray J is probably the best guy who did it. If I'm Trina, right at this moment, I know that she's probably in a very defensive mode, but you should take it and make an offensive mode. You should be making fun of the situation as well.
Yes.
You have to use, it's like the Eminem move. I'm going to make fun of myself before I let you guys make fun of it. She would break the internet if she did. Some guy and girl did a skit.
Corey with the vibes.
Oh
on
my
Instagram.
God.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yo, if Trina ever did that with him, it would break the internet. It would be the funniest thing in the world if she did it.
Yeah.
Now, do I think she would do that? Absolutely not. And he might be super upset about it because as a man, let me be very careful with this. As a man, I can kind of understand how he probably feels because, again, you're trying to get on, you're trying to do stuff. But when women, which is going to be your fan base, is looking at you like, why are you we came here for Trina. That's why you have to kind of think things through and be like, maybe the middle of the set ain't that good. Let me do the first, and then definitely one song, not two. Let me get in, get out.
Yes.
And every second should be, are y'all ready for that? You can never go wrong.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for Trina? Yeah, cool. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, now y'all ready for it? Yeah. Here she comes. That's it.
Yeah. I see your point.
You know,
I see your
shout
point.
out.
Yeah, shout out to you, Trina.
Shout out to Trina.
Still love.
Shout out to
There's
Trina.
still love there,
Still love
okay?
for Trina.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Julian. So what are some of the influences, like directors that influenced you? Because I really never heard you talk about
Film directors?
Film directors that influence you, like a John Singleton,
Spike Lee.
You know, like those characters and
That is a
stuff like
great,
that.
great, awesome question that I love. Quentin Tarantino,
Yes.
definitely number one on my list. The way he writes his characters are so compelling to me. Like, I'll sit and just read his scripts. There's something that he does when he writes his characters that is so amazing. The dialogue is great. I love Oz Perkins. If you're not familiar with him, his name, he did Long Legs that movie. I'm very big in horror,
Oh, okay.
horror
Okay,
and
you like
terror.
horror
Yeah,
films,
but
okay.
Oz, his coloring is amazing. And obviously
Steven Spielberg.
Ryan. Yeah, you know Steven's cool.
Okay.
I take that back. Steven's amazing,
Okay.
but he's not on my list of directors who I emulate.
Gotcha.
Right? If I'm emulating anybody, and again, I'm going to be the first Julian, but I study these guys and how they use their colors and use their dialogue. So Quentin definitely. If someone says, "Hey, you're Drew Tarantino," I will take that as a compliment,
Gotcha,
right? Because I very much follow his footsteps on filmmaking. Oz, again, his coloring, the lenses that he uses, I follow his work. Ryan Coogler also super dope. What I will say about Spike in the early days that I really enjoy was how he was able to put a film together, budgetary wise. She's Got to Have It, you know, watching the earlier films, right, was amazing to me. The other guys are very artsy. We probably don't even know them, but you know, there's a couple films that I really, really love, but those are like my top. Quentin's definitely like my number one.
Gotcha.
Like I could just start and stop with him, you know, when it comes to filmmaking. Like you'll watch my films and I only hope and be like, I was very, very Tarantino of you. And I'll be like, yeah, definitely. I love all my, and this one is light compared to the next ones I'm going to do, but mine are very bloody, very gory, a lot of suspense, a lot of terror, you know. I always say horror, but mine is more terror.
Got it.
Mine is you come home, it's dark, you hear a creak, and there's like 3 guys in the closet waiting for you. Like, I want you to walk into your house terrified after you see a film of mine. That's like, you know, either that or you're laughing. Either one I'm happy with.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm gonna pivot a little bit, go into music. Have you ever slipped on an artist that's like major right now?
Besides
like for
Pitbull.
example, right? Okay,
Right.
well he discovered Pitbull, but
Right.
for example, right? When Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop New York, DJ Self slipped on her because he was more focused on Mariah Lynn, and Cardi B has become a mega star. Has that
Man.
ever been your story?
I'll tell you what. I'll say we
We okay.
slipped. Slip and slide when we were there.
Really?
We had an incredible A&R guy named Sean Pez, who works for Rolling Loud now. And he had a great ear. Let me give you the list. And it
A$AP
hurts.
Rocky.
It hurts my heart. Huh?
A$AP Rocky, I think you mentioned
A$AP
last
Rocky.
one.
Wow, you guys really did. I am very much impressed. You guys really did your homework. Yes, A$AP Rocky. We had very early. We had Logic. We were so close to signing Logic. Like literally, he flew him to Miami. We damn near had his contract ready. Funny enough, Pitbull. He ended up at TVT, and then he ended up with Brian Leach over at Polo Grounds, and I kept trying to tell Ted to sign him. But, you know, Ted loves his hood artists, Ross, Plows, like Trick. He had those kind of artists he loved. We had Macklemore. Wow. But we had the depressed Macklemore. We had Macklemore. You can look up this video. All I remember was he was in a boat. And it was this is when he was in a depressed phase. This is before the pop music. We had Yin Yang Twins. Shout out to Collie Park. He came down. We didn't sign them. Who else did we have? We had my neck, Kaya.
Kaya, yes.
We could have signed that.
Oh, we got to talk about her a little bit.
You know which one I will take all blame for? I will take all blame for this. But you see, I'm going to do my disclaimer first. It may not have worked out had we signed them, because the songs they came out with came from the people who gave it to them. But Disco Rick, shout out to Disco Rick,
Let's go, Rick.
called me, and I had the City Girls. Oh, on a silver platter. He was like, Julian, I got these 2 girls. They're like 2 small Trinas. And I just kept thinking like, oh, that's gonna be like a double headache. I was like, no, bro. And I slept on that one.
Take that L.
I
Take
took
that L because that's
I take that L.
Listen,
Bad.
It's popping right now.
it's popping. That's the
Bad.
Yes.
take
yes.
that.
Yeah, that was on me.
Wow.
Because he called me. He was like, yo, they're super dope. So now when he calls me, he's like, yo, I got somebody. I make sure that I'm there. I'm at least going to pay attention. Because I super slept on them. Now, I didn't have this guy, but I slept on him. Nelly. So Nelly's manager, this is a long time ago. This is, Luke is part of the reason next to Peter Thomas for How Can I Be Down, why Memorial Day is so popular, or was so popular. Luke threw this event on the beach, on Virginia Key Beach. I don't know if you guys remember. We had this big party on Virginia Key Beach. And Luke was so gangster for this. Luke comes in the office one day and he's like, yo, let's do a concert. I'm like, okay. He starts shooting out names, everybody who was hot. And make a flyer and let's put it out. Now, mind you, this is before internet. So this is before anybody, you could have you could literally be promoting a concert and nobody would know outside of the city.
Right.
So I do the flyer up. I go down to the city, get the permits. I'm putting everything together. We're promoting. We don't have one artist booked. Not one. None of these guys. We start pre-selling tickets. Now we're getting the money. Now we're booking the artists. But the event got so hot that the artists were literally coming for free because the event got so hot. And then I called Tigger. Tigger came down. Shout out to Tigger, free Tigger. Tigger came down because he was doing Rap City BET. So Rap City was like, yo, can we do Rap City there? I was like, hell yeah. This is where Pitt had a great look when he was coming up. And so long story short, Nelly's manager catches wind of the concert. And this is before Nelly came out. He sends me the whole album, whole press kit. And I'm listening to it. And I'm like, what is this? Country grammar? I threw it to the sideline now. And mind you, I'm the hottest guy in Miami right now. I am popping because I have the key to this concert. And I'm the one who's picking and choosing. So I'm getting calls like this all day. So you have to imagine, though, I'm getting like tons of calls. And again, this is before the album even came out. I'm like, nah, we're cool on Nelly. And then literally like a year later, Nelly sells like 10 million records.
Air
I'm
Force
like,
One was a big hit.
kills it.
It was a big hit.
Yep, Air
Massive.
Force One.
Yeah, and it's crazy because during that time I was living in Illinois, right next to I was living on the southern tip of Illinois, right next to St. Louis. So that record was major.
Oh no, it was massive.
It was
he
all over
massive.
the airwaves. Oh, I remember that, man. I
Yeah.
definitely remember
So
that. Damn,
yeah,
you slipped, man.
I slipped on that one, at least inviting him. But yeah, we've had a few slips. I mean, listen, you're not gonna get them all. And again, the way things worked out, if the artist didn't sign to us and they went somewhere else
Right.
and they won, to me that's all that matters. If you go somewhere to another label and you go win, congratulations. Because had you come to us,
Right.
maybe we would have given you different records. Maybe it wouldn't have worked out the way that it worked out. So
You know what? I think that's a knock to some of the labels here in Miami, like Slip and Slide Records, for example. Like my only knock with Touche is that I feel like he should have been more visible throughout the state, because you could go to Jacksonville and you can say, hey, do you know Ted Lucas? They're like, nah, I don't know who that is.
he likes it that way.
Why?
He was all, what do you remember? Let me say this very carefully.
Disclaimer.
Ted came from the streets.
Okay.
So he was used to not being in the front.
Right.
He just has that mentality. And he's way more visual now.
Right.
But back then, he was like, nah, what they need to see me for? Right? So we were always, again, and we just had that mentality, give the artist a shot.
Right.
That's why a lot of people thought Trick Daddy owned the label, because he was the most visible person. But, you know, shout out to Ted, Slip and Slide Records, man. And, you know, we had an incredible, it's very rare that you get 4 superstars.
Yes, in Miami. Yeah.
On one label.
Trick Daddy, Trina, Plows, Rick Ross on one label
Yes.
that had the run that we had.
Yeah.
You know, you might get 1. You're lucky to get 2, but not 4. But yeah, you know, we understand it now, so that's why we
Yeah.
are a lot more visible now.
Yeah, because I just from the, just from the consumer, just on the outside looking in, I just felt like Ted should have been more visible, and Slip and Slide would have been a bigger label than what it is.
We used to look at the guys who were always next to the artists, and
Right.
jumping on the couches and doing all that stuff. To us, it just like it just wasn't us.
Yeah, I get
You
it.
know. So now, even when I do it now,
Right.
if somebody was to see me do it, I'm doing it because it's entertaining, but it ain't me. I will always prefer being behind the camera. I just come in front of it now because I understand that it's a part of marketing now.
Right, right. Because Slip and Slide had the potential to be on Cash Money's level.
Oh yeah,
With the artists you guys have. Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah. You guys would have been running this damn industry. You
Had
know?
we took more risks,
More risk, yes.
we would have definitely
Yeah.
been way bigger.
Especially outside the hood rappers.
We were comfortable in that genre.
Right.
It wasn't until later we started kind of experimenting a little bit, but we were so good at that. We were just like, let's just keep killing it, which we did. Like,
Right.
you went from Trick to a Plows to a Ross. Like, we were just murdering it,
Yeah.
you
pretty
know?
much.
So we were just like, we got this down. Let's just keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of switched you from Uncle Luke's umbrella to Slip and Slide Records. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
because-
not evolving.
Yes. Yeah. If you're not evolving, you're kind of just stagnant.
Stagnant, yeah,
So when
yeah.
I was at Luke, with Pitt especially, we kind of had him stuck in the booty sound, and
Yes.
it wasn't that, that really wasn't Pitt's thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little bit more hip hop, right? This is before he was even pop.
Right.
And we kind of got stagnant. So I was just like, there's just no more room to grow.
Yeah.
At each label, I was the VP when I left. So I was just like, I saw what Slip and Slide was doing. I was like, and shout out to Michael Hopkins. He just passed away, unfortunately. He was the one that like recommended, like, yo, Jullian's that guy. Like we get him, we're gonna be good. So once I went over there, Ted was like, yo, Mike, Hop co-signed you, so come on over. So, and again, even at Slip and Slide, you got to a certain point where, you just, there's just no more room to grow.
Yeah.
So I was just like, now I'm just gonna go do my own thing and take off.
So let me ask you this. So was Little Joe Records was affiliated with Luke Records?
Disclaimer? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Man, I'm gonna try to keep that story very short.
Okay.
Luke got into some financial trouble. Little Joe used to work for Luke. I don't know the story because I know both of them, and I've heard it both told to me in two different ways. But long story short, Joe ended up with Luke's catalog through the bankruptcy. So Joe has had the Uncle Luke Records catalog for God knows 30 years now, if not longer. So, I don't know. That's all I know. I try to stay out of that
Yeah.
conversation.
So we'll leave it there. We'll
but
leave it there.
but yeah, it's been like that. So Little Joe Records, you'll see Luke songs come out,
Right.
remixes and stuff. That's just him using the catalog and just putting out new
Yeah,
music.
because
and
I used to
stuff.
always see Little Joe. You got to be from Miami to know. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I had to put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go back a little bit. Although you said you did slip, but fun fact for our audience, you did discover Bad Baby. You made her famous, Mr.
Oh
Make
my
You
God,
Famous.
yes.
That Catch Me Outside line from Dr. Phil's show.
I know, right?
Catch
Okay,
Me
so
Outside. How'd that happen?
shout out to DJ Suede, the remix god. It was just DJ. He used to do all these remixes, and again, this is like when YouTube was just popping, and it's about 10 years ago, right? And he was working at Verizon, and I was like, yo, your songs could do so much better. Let me sign you. So I signed him up, and we really started putting out his music on a global scale. And we did that record, and yeah, the song took off. And I remember because she was in LA, and we hit the charts with that record. And one of the reporters, she walked out of the restaurant, and one of the reporters was like, yo, how do you feel about hitting the charts? And she was like, hitting the charts? What are you talking about? Like, your record.
Right.
And she was so blown away. And I'm telling her manager, yo, let us produce her. And he's like, oh, she's not a rapper. Then a year later, she's a rapper. Anyways, that guy. So, you can see I'm slightly bitter about that situation because, had he just done it when we said to do it, she would have. I mean, she still popped, but they did it a year later, and they did it without us. But you know, so it's all good.
Right.
You know, it is what it is.
So Judah, let me ask you this, man. So do you believe popularity has become more valuable than talent?
We look into the camera. Attention is the new currency. It's not how good you are anymore. It's how good you can market yourself.
So when did the shift started?
Social media. Social media has been slowly decaying talent because you can be the most incredible rapper right now, the most incredible singer right now. Doesn't matter if you can't market yourself. Simple as that. Attention now is the new currency. If you can gather attention, you can sell anything. Anything. So when you're watching interviews and people are clickbaiting because they said something crazy, right? Watch Ray J. This man forever. Listen, I wish I could do what he does because he'd be saying some wild stuff. I can't do that.
Him dying.
I don't mind getting in front of the camera, you know. We can go wild out real quick, but he be on some other
shit,
right?
right.
But he knows what he's doing because you know people are gonna take that clip and run it a gazillion times.
Yes.
And then all he has to do is go like this. My new water, Ray J water. And everybody's going to at least be entertained by it and or watch it and or buy it.
Yes.
That is the new currency now for everything. It's attention. If you can get attention, you can sell anything that you want. You can promote anything that you want. It's all it is about attention.
So with that being said, so do you think that's just killing the industry of just entertainment within itself?
When there's actually real talent out there?
So why should the artists, the talented artists that's putting in the hard work, why should they suffer behind just stupidity? You know, in some sense, if you really think about it.
Because you can't fight technology. People who are scared of AI, oh my God, the robots are going to take over, AI is going to take over. It's already here.
Yes.
So it's either you're going to get with it or you're going to get left behind. I have a song coming out every week. Me.
You're an AI. You have, speaking of AI artist, right?
I have a song coming out every week with my name. Fuck an AI artist.
Okay.
I'm on it. But I did make an AI artist, yes. Because now I can produce myself. I can come up with the songs I want to come up with. My toxic records for my ladies. And I can drop it every Friday without any problem. And if it gets hot enough, I will go and DJ with a whole bunch of hot girls at your club, wherever you want. No problem. It's either you're going to get with it or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So the talented artists who are complaining, you should take that complaining energy and use your talent because you are talented. So that means you are probably better than the next person. But figure how to use the technology that is pushing you aside. Because I'll sign a streamer way faster than I'll sign somebody who could sing like Whitney Houston.
You said that. Yeah. Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Because the one who can sing like Whitney Houston could be the greatest talent in the world, but if they're not going to wake up every day and post, what are we doing? You're going to have those 5 likes every time you post something? What are we doing? And you want me to do it? I don't have the following like that. I'm building my following. So what are we doing? Now that streamer that's out there getting 500,000, who can't rap a lick, I'm going to figure out a song for you, buddy. Don't you worry. I got you. I done made less talented rapper songs.
Right.
I've made songs that have nothing in them.
Yeah.
And that has worked. Right? So it's either you get with the program or you just get left behind.
It all makes sense to me now to why you say you're moving away from the rappers and you're dealing with the influencers and the streamers. It makes sense. I see your point.
I'm really moving away from everybody.
Yeah.
I'm building a community of just IP, just projects that I can make you fall in love with and have limited amount of people who I have to deal with. Because again, I'm always going to show up for your event on time. You call me, you need me, no problem. The answer is yes. If I'm available, what's up, guys? I'm there, no problem. Because now I don't have to depend on nobody. When you have to depend on the artist, you depend on the actor, you depend on these guys. Oh, man, they canceled. You know, I can't even tell you how many times an artist has canceled the day of. The day of? Come on, B.
Yeah, trust me. I get it.
See, I don't got to deal with that no more. And I encourage still the artists. You know, my thing now is that I tell managers, don't manage. Create a brand around yourself, right? If you're going to manage, that means you have knowledge. Go teach a course. Brand yourself to go do something, to go make money, instead of taking your time and energy and put it into an artist. But I equally tell the artists, you don't need a manager no more. Pay a guy. Pay a really great assistant to handle your shows and do stuff, and you figure it out. And you put up your money. Oh, you want me to put up my money? Oh, you want me to go and get you your likes? Nah, I'm cool. Because I can get it for myself now. The fuck I need you for? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So now everybody can be self-contained, and we can now see who the real talent is.
Yeah.
Right? Because all the artists, they'll tell you, oh, I'm the dopest. Okay. Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
Go be dope. Because every artist you have ever seen in your life, there was equally somebody next to them helping them put it together. Either one person and or more likely a team of people. It's usually a great manager. 99% of the time it was a good manager. So now I told the managers, man, don't worry about no artist, bro. You the star. You figure out how you blow up. Go do something else. Go start a podcast. Go start a TV show. Go start a streaming network. Go do something and show the same artists that are depending on you so much that you can also be a star. Because we all can be stars.
Yes.
Agreed.
I agree.
Agree. Okay. So I'm gonna pivot this conversation a little bit. I'm gonna get a little tad bit personal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jullian, a little bit.
Go for it.
All right. So, Jullian, you did mention having your stepdaughter in one of your films. Do you have children of your own?
I do.
You do. Okay.
I have 3 beautiful kids. I just had one actually.
Oh, really?
He's in this one too. I stuck him in
wow.
there, but he's brand new. He's not even a year yet. He's about to hit a year in October.
Oh, really? October what?
Don't put me on the spot.
Oh, shoot.
I don't remember birthdays
sorry.
no more.
Oh. Listen.
But
Okay.
October sometime.
Okay.
My stepdaughter is in this one. Yeah, my girlfriend's daughter is in this one, and my son's in this one too. Yeah, I always try to include my kids into everything I do.
That's what's up. Because I didn't hear you mention, about kids. Well, so that's why I had to ask, And then you also said something too that your philosophy, about keeping kids grounded, and you don't want to build something and they go F it up. So that's why it made me want to ask, like,
Yeah,
did you have
I don't mention kids because people are weird.
True.
People are very weird, so I tend not to put them in the forefront. They're there. If you ask a question, I'll answer it. But people are just weird.
I get it. They
Understood.
do
I
weird
respect
shit.
that.
I don't mind exposing myself, right? So when someone sees me, like, oh, that's Jullian, cool. But then when my kids get it, it's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine like to be at a Kardashian level. And you're a kid growing up, and everyone knows who you are. So it's a lot for a kid sometimes.
Yeah.
So I try not to push them too much in. Them I try to keep in the back
I'm with you.
because I want them to learn.
Yeah.
I want them to learn that it is not easy. Because what they're getting now is the fruits of my labor.
Yes.
The sleeping on the couch and not having enough food to eat. And they're getting the maid service and nice house and the pool and the jacuzzi. Like they're getting everything. Right? So the appreciation level is very, very low.
Yes.
Because they just feel like, oh, that's dad. He does everything. So they don't remember the grind. So when it comes to them, funny enough, I was a lot softer when I was younger, because the first kids, you feel like you want to give them everything.
Yes.
So now the last one, who's supposed to be the baby and get everything, he's not getting shit. He's going to have a hard life, right? Because
Why you have to suffer? Poor
yeah, because I want him to appreciate it. I want him to understand, like, yo, you want that new iPhone 35? Yeah, you got to go work for it.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's working for me, but I'm not just giving you something. That's the problem. These kids get everything.
The entitlement.
The entitlement.
So the
yeah.
entitlement is super high. And even though, funny enough, in Jamaica, I was raised, I was upper class in Jamaica because my dad did very well, right? But it wasn't until I got to America where we kind of went to middle class. But thankfully, again, I left home so early that was when the poverty hit.
Yeah.
So it taught me, like, all right, I got to work for my money. So I was able to still get both, right? Have the 5 maids, then go wash your own clothes,
Yes.
right? I didn't know you had to split white and color. I put everything together.
Everything
Like,
together, yeah.
I had a made for that my whole life, right?
Exactly.
So I was able to get both, and I want the kids to be able to feel that pain, because if you don't feel it, you don't become,
Yeah.
I feel like you don't become great
Yes.
because you're so lazy.
That's a fact. And I think this society, we creating a lot of lazy ass kids.
Listen,
Yes.
everyone is the same thing I was saying before. They're expecting, my joint's gonna be John Blaze. I want everybody to come. No,
Yeah.
you got to throw an event that nobody comes to. It's not because we're not supporting you. You got to prove and show us that you the man.
Yeah.
Once you show us, yeah, we're gonna come support you. But again, there'll be a few people that might help you. Those are the ones you hold tight. Everybody else, I get it. You're coming because it's hot, but I should have to earn for you to come. I got to show you that I'm gonna put in the work, so you know that I'm not like everybody else.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also mentioned too, you've sacrificed so much in quest of, becoming Jullian Boothe, right? Now, the one thing you did say you won't sacrifice is your health. But you also said that you made decisions that haunt you. What is one decision that you would say that haunts you?
Oh man. If I start crying, pass some tissue. There's been a few moments in my life that I look back now and I'm like, would I have done something different? What I will say is I've missed a lot of funerals. I've missed a lot of last moments of people's lives that meant the world to me. That's what I'll say. And only because I got their blessing is why I left. Because they were like, there's nothing you can do anyways. It's just my time, right? And, you want to be there for those last moments because they could mean so much. But when you're as ambitious as me and that person knows it, and that's how much somebody can show you that they love you so much because they understand, like, go close that deal.
Yeah.
I know you've been working years for this moment. So go close that deal. I'm going to see you in the next life, and you haunt yourself because it's like, man, I could have just had one more night with them, right? But you choose the ambition. Yeah. That's what people don't see. That's the sacrifice over and over again. I don't see my kids enough, right? So if my daughter grows up and she's like, you my dad, but I saw you ever so often, even though I have this beautiful home and I can go to college, I could have spent more time with you as a kid because they're only a kid once. Once they become an adult, it's just quick coffee here and there, right? So you miss those milestones, the first walks and the first talks. And so those are the sacrifices.
Yeah.
But, I don't put that on everybody. Everybody is not like me.
Right.
But then when I do see a Kobe, when I do see these type of men, the ones that are very, very, very successful, it's the same energy. It's the same conversations. They go through the same thing. So then I kind of feel like, all right, well, I know it ain't me just crazy,
Yeah.
right? It ain't me that's just making these sacrifices. But most people probably would have chosen the other.
Yeah.
I'm going to go spend time with my kids because I only get them once.
Right.
But that's why you live the life you live,
Yeah.
right?
And don't feel bad for it.
No, I don't.
Sacrifices have to be made.
I don't. It's not that I feel
has to be
bad.
made.
It's just a what if.
Yes.
Those moments mean everything as you get older. You know, so it's like, damn, I would just wish I would have just spent that moment with you, you know, because I could just remember it and it'll make me feel good. But you know,
So how do you fill in the gaps then? Like you miss moments. How do you fill in the gap, or how do you balance it, or try to?
I go harder. I feel that I don't want to disappoint those moments I missed. If I'm successful, then I feel that it's worth it. And it's nothing to do with money.
Right.
I've never cared about money. I could have $2 in the account. I could have 200 million in the account. I love success. I love being able to see a young version of myself and help them. I love to be able to come into people's lives and change it. I love to be able to be a part of something and just create something. I'm creating all the time, right? AI has grown. Now I'm doing animation. The stuff I'm doing with animation, I would have never been able to do. Not but a year ago. The things you're able to do now is incredible. I'm just messing around and I'm doing Disney Pixar type animation. So I'm like, I love to create. So if I can keep building exactly what you said, something that's dope, that people can come and have a home, that's my dream.
Yeah.
And if I do that, I just dedicate it to the people who are not here, who didn't get a chance to see all of the years of work. And hopefully that's enough,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because they were the ones that it, you know, made me or instilled it in me. So I feel like if I get that success, they're smiling happy, looking down at me,
Right.
you know.
And who wouldn't want to say, my dad is Jullian Boothe.
Blue. Exactly.
He have a few films.
Exactly.
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 Yeah, legendary, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting there, man. I feel that I've gone 25% of my journey. I feel like I got a good 75%
Yeah.
left to go and kill. Like I was talking to my man Paul Cedric Hollywood, who used to run 99
Cedric,
Jams.
Yes.
I was talking to him yesterday, and he was like, "Man, you should do a movie about yourself." And I'm like, "No, not yet," because I feel like I haven't even peaked yet.
Yeah.
Like I have so much more I gotta go. Like I feel like what I've done so far is the warm up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just getting my feet wet. I got so much. I want to have 10 Pitbulls out there that can look back and say, this guy started me out, you know? But on the acting side, on the tech side, on the movie side, on the music side, in different fields,
Yeah. You would get
you
there.
know? Yeah, 100%. I mean, I got no choice, man. I'm not going to sleep until I do. So,
Yeah. Gotcha. So let me ask you this question, man. So did you get any pushback from your mom and your dad? Because I know you attended ATI, right? You attended ATI, right? Did you attend ATI college or school?
You're saying it wrong. University, it's Art Institute.
Art Institute.
The Art Institute of Fort
Exactly,
Lauderdale,
right?
yeah.
You come from an upper class family. So when you tell your family you want to get in entertainment, because you know Caribbean people, you either a doctor, lawyer, or engineering. They said, boy, let me send you to school. Now you're telling me this entertainment stuff, boy.
Funny enough, my father named me after two famous guitar players. Don't ask me their full names because I do not know, but it was Jullian somebody and Andrea somebody. He wanted me to play the guitar. I end up not being able to play the guitar as good as he did. But I was like, well, Dad, I got close. I'm in the music business. So, you know, I'm hoping he was happy with at least that.
Right.
So him, yes. He wanted me, not to say entertainment, but he wanted me in that realm. So for him, yes. My mom was more the secure, just get an education.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Just have a backup.
Right.
You know, she was always more the safe person, like, just get a backup, you know, whatever. You can do what you want, but she was very big on education. So, you know, God bless her heart. And it worked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It worked out. All right. So in closing, when people hear your name 5 years from now, what do you want them to say?
Thank God he was here, because I want to have exactly what you mentioned. I want my name to go next to opportunity. I want, when you have an idea, the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, maybe we should go talk to Jullian, because there isn't anybody big who you can reach out to really that you'll actually get a response back from, right? You're not going to reach out to these big rappers because they're not going to hit you back, because who are you in the sea of people who they know, right? Can't reach out to Jay-Z or Rock Nation. These guys are not, you are nothing to them. I want to appeal to the people who have nothing, but they have a dream. They don't mind working hard. Now, don't get me messed up. You can't be around me and think that it's just a free ride.
Right.
You got to understand you're walking into the terror zone of work, right? And a quick story is Luke came to my office one time, and he kind of just peeked his head in and was like, yeah, you thought it was going to be a bunch of naked bitches running around here, didn't you? And I was like, yep. Like, nah, it's work. Yo, I was upset because I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of naked girls. And I'm like, there ain't no naked girl in this damn office.
I know.
Work, you know? So I want my name to have that ring of, man, this guy gave me an opportunity. I love to hear the story, even though my memory's bad. A lot of people, thankfully, always will shout me out and say, yeah, the first thing I did was Jullian. I want to keep that going. I want to be able to be the people's champ. I want to show people that you don't got to be the smartest. You don't got to be the most talented. You don't got to be the most handsome. You don't got to be the prettiest. But if you work hard and work smart, because a lot of people who work hard but still get nowhere. But if you work hard and smart, and you put your mind to it, that anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I'll be the first to show you that I'm not the most creative person in the world. I don't have the best, I couldn't pick up a camera to save my life. Right. But I'm going to show you that I can make incredible movies. I can show you that I can do it, and I didn't have major help from anybody. I did it myself with my team and my friends, and if I can do it, then you can do it. I said that once to my boy, man, Troy to the Vent. Shout out to Troy. I said that to him. I was like, anybody can do this. He's like, Jullian, no, not everybody can do this, bro. Right. He said, you can do this. And it made me think, and I'm like, it's only because I'm crazy. So I appeal to the crazy people. You have to be crazy. You got to be a little off to be able to believe in yourself to the point of, not delusion, because you can't be delusional. Right. But you have to be a little delusional to think and have visions of grandeur. Mm-hmm. But you can do it. So.
Well, with the holidays coming around, beans, greens, potatoes.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yes.
We're going to skip everything because Thanksgiving coming around. Beans, greens, potatoes.
Yes.
Look, we created one of the biggest Thanksgiving songs to the end of time.
Yes.
That song is going to play.
Forever. Yes. Whether it's 20, 30 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Still play it.
Yes.
Cardi B. Forever. All right. Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great. Listen, I've done a lot of interviews. Mm-hmm. This is probably one of the best ones. You guys really did your homework, man, and that really does mean a lot.
Thank you.
You know, really great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to us.
No, definitely, man. And everyone should take notes on how you guys do, because sometimes you do interviews and they don't know. Like, tell us what's going on. It's like, you didn't do your homework.
Yes, I get it. Trust me. Yeah. And plus, we the new kids on the block, so yeah.
Well, man, listen, nothing but success, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so
guys
much.
did, again, a great job. And anything I can do to help, I'm here.
We appreciate that coming from you.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So once again, Jullian, where can they find you on your social media?
Super easy, man. Jullian Boothe on everything. Jullian Boothe. Yes, I do respond to DMs and messages. Yes, don't hit me with anything stupid, but if you send me something that makes sense, I will definitely at least give you 5 minutes of my time.
And once again, guys, I go support the movie Night
movie,
Shift.
The Night Shift coming out. Let me do a big shout out to everybody in the movie. We have Rebecca J, we have Mecca, we have Neffy. Neffy's actually Cardi B's cousin, funny enough. We have Corey Cosby. We have my guys, Yuli Monster, Quote, Trey Chaney from BMF, and from The Wire. Who else do we have? We have Safari. We have British Williams from Housewives. We have who else? Crystal's a brand new face that she was coming up. We have Cece, who is an incredible new talent. She's coming up also under our belt. Who else am I forgetting in the movie? We have Prince from Love and Hip Hop Miami. We have Shay Johnson from Love and Hip Miami. We have Trina. Shout out to Trina and Shay and Safari. All of them were producers on the film. So as much as they are talent, they also helped putting the movie together because they're getting into their executive bag now. Am I forgetting somebody? I know I am. And shout out to Chris Gotti, who's also executive producer, Pitbull, Angie Martinez, not the radio host, but the lawyer. And who else? And obviously, man, my two big guys, Eva and Rich Black, who helped me put this project together. Jover, I'm trying to remember everybody. Don Ute, reggae artist, is also in the movie. Man, I put everybody in here, man.
Okay.
And you mentioned Shay Johnson. She's one that's been in reality TV. Fun fact,
100%.
though. Charm School.
Yep.
Charm School.
What about Flavor Flav?
Flavor Flav, of course.
Flavor of
She's
Love.
That Flavor of Love first, and then Charm School.
Yeah,
Yes.
big shout out to Shay Johnson.
Yes.
Her and I have been riding this Love and Hip Hop train for a hot minute. She was the only one that really stood up for me when everything was going crazy. She was the only one that was like, yo, I rock with this guy. And, she just knew the true me. So big shout out to Shay Johnson.
Shout out to you, Shay.
On that. Yeah, man, I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but definitely watch the movie. It's coming very soon. The Night Shift. Trust me, it's 2 hours of nonstop fun. You're going to love it.
Okay, that's what's up. So, guys, I'm going to please ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. I see you guys been watching the episodes. You guys are showing us mad love. But just go ahead, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family. We have Jullian Boothe. This is an awesome interviews, man. And please, guys, just do us that one favor. Just take your finger and just hit that subscribe button. Until then,
Peace.